Okay, now we're starting. Okay, now everyone can see?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, see, it's like we never screwed up. All right, 7:05. Welcome, everyone. It's the last PTO meeting of the semester, and it's November 30th, 7:05, and welcome. Hopefully, everyone got a peek at the agenda that was posted. We're going to try to do that every time so that people get a chance to look at the minutes, so that when we vote on the minutes, we're not all just staring at my screen. Mostly my concern is that we kind of run through the budget and all of those numbers very quickly, which even after all these years confuse me. I also have a problem with numbers, but I do want, in all honesty, everyone to get a chance that if you are interested in how the money is getting spent and how the money is coming in, that you have a time to actually look at that with some like with coffee in the morning or whatever, whenever your thinking time is. So that whenever we get to this part of the meeting, if you do have questions, particularly of the treasurer or of any of the board members or of me, that we can answer them, because I don't think that it feels disingenuous to me to throw those up there with no time for anyone to digest them. So that's the idea. The agenda has been adjusted a little bit in other ways just because we had some changes to who was going to be at the meeting and whatnot, but otherwise, hopefully everyone's had a chance to look at it. That being said, the minutes, there's a link. If you haven't had a chance to look at it, I will put it up there. Sorry, something popped up on my screen about a poll. Okay, so these are the minutes from the last meeting. Does anyone have any questions about the minutes or corrections or changes? If you do, you can use your emoji or wave frantically or just speak up. Mala's our parliamentarian, and I saw her, I thought.
Yeah, I'm here, Maria.
Okay. If you're logged in, do you know how to throw the poll up?
Oh, I'm not logged in through the website, the Carnegie.
Okay, well, I got it then.
I mean, next time I will, so.
That's fine. Okay. It says that I've logged in from another device. My polling session is inactive. Is anyone else logged in to the PTO Zoom?
Someone's speaking, but we can't hear it.
Maybe they forgot to turn the mute. Yeah, so.
Oh, okay.
I logged into the PTO Zoom.
Okay.
Oh,
Can you maybe for some reason it's not letting me put the poll up? You can either be a co-host or you can be the host.
I'm a co-host. I'm a co-host. I stayed as co-host, but I can log out.
Well, no, don't log out. Don't log out.
No, I'll log back in. That way, it gives you the if it gave it to me by default, it'll give it back to you.
Okay.
I'll come back in.
If you just go to polls.
Okay, let me find it.
it'll be under more.
Yeah, polls. And vote on the current motion.
That'll work. There's one that's specific about minutes, but the current motion one is general. So
All right, I
the
did
current
the
motion
current.
is that we're going to pass the minutes.
Okay, I did the
Okay.
current motion. Mhm. Sorry.
Yeah, we received it, Gauri. Thank you.
So should we make a motion to pass the meeting minutes as written?
Yes.
I'd make first motion.
I second. Mala.
Thank you, guys. I have 8 people so far voting yes. 9,
And
0 no's, and 0 abstains.
And for some reason, they don't let hosts vote. So
Yeah.
Okay. I got 100% at yes.
Okay.
And the poll?
Mhm.
Okay.
Thank you. Okay. So board updates. I have just a few things. One of the things that we did as a board since last month, something came up that had been a really old business from last year. The front office staff had asked for whether or not there was funding for a Christmas tree for the front lobby. The PTO had helped fund kind of an older used tree in 2021, but that the lights had died on that. So long story short, we had agreed or proposed last year to do that, and it had kind of gotten dropped after the holidays. So it got brought back up again this year. And the proposal was to, instead of just buying either a live tree that would have to just be purchased again, or just making a one-time purchase for a tree that's very specific to a holiday. We wanted to allot a budget, an annual budget, just for kind of campus beautification or decorations or things. That way it's not specific to a particular holiday, and that could be used for any kind of celebration. So in this case, it could be used for a one-time purchase of a very nice, reusable, a fake tree, but it could also be used for other celebrations to basically beautify and decorate the school in the lobby or for other things. That seemed like a more equitable budget allotment and something that that other groups could use in a similar fashion. So the budget, that was the proposal that passed. So that's what the board agreed on. So we took money from kind of what we had discussed at the beginning of the year. We have kind of a larger fund that is kind of a general teacher. Now the name's going to escape me. Teacher Mala, help me, please.
I mean, it's just a general fund for, there's no name to it. It's for the school.
There's a general fund that we kind of leave open-ended.
Yeah, unrestricted general fund with whatever is left.
Yeah, and so we took $1,000 from that and put it there, and then that request went towards the tree. So, and there's the tree. So if you haven't seen it in the lobby, it's quite beautiful. And the front office staff did a really good job, and they're still decorating. And you should definitely stop by and look at it. The other thing is that the PTO store right now is having a bunch of things on sale. We don't make as much whenever things are on sale. However, if you are looking to get stuff like for the holidays or stocking stuffers or things like that, this is a good time to do that. These are just little screenshots, but there are a lot of things. We also would love to have a volunteer that's dedicated to just working on getting ideas, uploading, keeping track of this stuff, because right now it's just like one more thing that one of us has to do. And certainly it could be something that could be done better. But it is, you know, a part of our fundraising. We made about $100 on it so far, and it doesn't require a lot of volunteer effort like the in-person store does. So the link is there. It's on the website. Alumni news. If you have older students that have already graduated, or if you know of alumni, they are having an event, a social. This does appear to be 21 and up, however. I may be wrong. They can check. There's a link that I can put in the chat whenever someone else is talking. But Jones and Carnegie Vanguard Alumni is a Facebook group. So we're not technically officially a part of them, but they are closely associated with the school. So Friday, December 22nd at Piggy's, which is very close to the school. So the information is here. The recipients of the PTO scholarship from last year, and if we don't get enough of them to come the year before, are invited back to be our panel in January. That information is on the screen. So I'm asking that our chairs for the committees for the senior awards and for the scholarship committee start to reach out to those students now, because we don't want them to be too busy to come. So I'm going to be talking to them in the next week or two. But that is a really good program because it gives all of us and any students that are willing to listen to them a good idea of what their college life is like once they leave Carnegie. And it's really, it warms your heart to hear them talk and to see that they really do leave Carnegie prepared. That is it from my president's report. Is Allison here?
I don't think she's here.
Okay. All right. Hi, I'm the fundraising VP today. So thank you for everyone who donated during Giving Tuesday and during Thanksgiving, and for all of the many times that we have had our hand out lately. And I know it's a lot of the same families that come to the meetings, so that's very much appreciated. There's a QR code on the screen that is that goes to our donate link. So if you want to take that down or take a picture of it so that you can pass it around and, you know, ask other people for money, that's what I do. I annoy people. We are trying to make it to 70,000. 70,000 is not just like a random number. That is the number we have to get to if we want to actually do all the stuff that's on the budget. So a lot of times people are like, oh, but we've got, you know, $1,000 for decorating the front lobby, like what I was just talking about. That's just a fake number if people don't actually fill up the budget. So that's just something that people need to understand, that if we say that we have $6,000 for student clubs, that's a fake number unless we actually get $6,000 to fill up the budget. When we say that we've got $10,500 for senior scholarships, those are fake numbers. That's not real money. You know, it's just like in your household. None of that means anything. You can say that you're going to do all these things, but unless people put money in the coffers, we can't actually, you know, keep the promises we make unless we raise that money. So we're getting there. We're over halfway there, and Bogar, our treasurer-elect, is going to give us an update on our numbers, but that's why it's important. So.
Maria, I can break in. I'm going to be a disembodied voice. This is Susan. I know that Allison would want me to say that we've got another food sale coming up to the students, I believe on December 15th. And hopefully we'll be able to publicize it this time. So that is for students and not for parents. But they sure enjoyed it the first time. And so since it was a success, we'll be allowed to do it again.
Yes. Yes. So let your kids buy the food. So anytime that we're doing any of these little fundraising things, every little bit helps. So don't feel like you have to be one of these families that, you know, we appreciate those, but it doesn't have to be 100 or 1,000 or whatever. All those small amounts really do add up. Okay. And then I'm the communications VP. So communications. First, I want to thank Swapna and Samya, who I slaughter the names, I'm sure. Are they here? I'm looking at little black squares on my computer. So they're doing the heavy lifting for the webmaster work, the web page, the newsletter, so much of the communications work. I probably would have thrown my computer through a window by now if it wasn't for them. So I just want to take a moment to thank them for helping out with everything. We don't have a communications VP, so that's a board position. The board positions are supposed to be someone who has been a chair, but we have lots of chairs. If you look on the agenda, that's a really long list. So if you've been a chair before at Carnegie and you're not a chair now, that would also count. So please consider stepping up. There's only half a year left. So anyways, I wanted to take a moment to show the website. We've got a few new things that I think are pretty nifty. Let me see if. Okay. So hopefully you're familiar with the website. This is the landing page. When you donate, you're over here on the right. Stuff that's coming up over here is on your left. Some of the things that are new under parent resources, when you click on there, we started putting frequently asked questions over here under parent resources. So those of you that are on the WhatsApp groups, we get a lot of questions from different parents. And so these are some of the things that people ask the most of. Most of this is stolen straight from the Carnegie website because I don't have a problem stealing from good places. But so this is like FAQ. Canvas right here. This is Mr. Seha, I believe, helped set this up. But it's also right here. So this is to help get you set up with your kids. So if you've been wondering how to get logged into your kids' information, that's here. The other thing was mental health resources. Sorry, this is very tiny, very far. We've been working on this with the school and with physician resources within our own Carnegie parents. And this is an ongoing process, but this is something for parents, for students, and this is something that, I mean, this is us. So if you're a parent that has resources or work as a professional that works in this area, reach out to us, reach out to our webmaster. All of our contact information is here. We're trying to make things easy and accessible for the parents and for the students. College information. Our College Readiness Committee has been doing phenomenal work now for 2 years. Their College Readiness series is ongoing. Had another great speaker this week from Akala. They have this promotion, which hopefully y'all can see, that's just for Carnegie. All of the speaker series is here, and then it's on our YouTube page. So if you click here, it'll take you there, but if not, it'll just play. I will not click on it, but so if you haven't been getting the emails, you just need to sign up to be getting the PTO emails. But all of this stuff is on our webpage. So a lot of times I'll see questions about various things. If you haven't taken the time to come, look at these things. And the last thing I just wanted to show everyone was under About Us, there's PTO forums and PTO financial documents. So if you want to donate, obviously there's a place called Support PTO. But if it's getting to be tax time, you're like, oh, I know I donated, I need to prove information. Go under financial documents, and all of our nonprofit information is there for you. If you're volunteering and you need to get, reimbursement or something like that, go under PTO forums, and you're going to find that information there. So we're trying to make things simple. We definitely could make it easier. We're always improving. So if you want to help us with that, you could be the communications VP. Okay. Can you see it? Or does it just look like a black line to you?
Yeah, it's not clear, Maria. It seems like just a black line or white line, as you mentioned.
Yeah, just a line. Yep, we can see it now.
Okay. Okay. All right. Gary, our volunteer VP, is next.
Yes, thank you. So welcome everybody. Thank you. Thank you. I want to say, first, thank you for showing up, but thank you for all of the donations that have happened through these last couple months. We have been in a period of very hyper donation requests, and I am so proud to say that the PTO team has responded, and that's the parents. Anytime I send a request out, I'm thinking, oh my gosh, it's one more thing, but you guys respond and you fulfill and you enable us to do all of the great work that's going on. So thank you very much for everyone that takes my email and moves it from spam into your regular email. Thank you. And thank you for all those people that actually click on those links and decide that today's the day that they're going to donate. So that enables us to do a lot of really, really good work. And I'm going to talk about some of the things that we've done in the last month and some of the things that are coming up ahead of us. So the couple things that we did this last month, and you should have received emails for, we did the supply drive, which was super important for the teachers. We got a lot of supplies, and we interestingly also got a lot of donations. So what that enabled us to do is whatever supplies that were not fulfilled by the parents, we are now able to go out and purchase those supplies for the teachers, and we're able to keep a fund open so that they can continue to purchase the things that they need. Our teachers are amazing, and anytime they're lacking something in their classrooms, I find that so many of them go out and purchase these things from their own pocket, which is definitely, you and I will all agree, being parents, that is not what we want. And we want to be able to provide them with the supplies that they need, the basic essentials that they need, so that they can continue to teach our kids and provide the best education that they can. So the supply drive was a super success. We've been able to fulfill everything. We've closed it at this point. And the last thing we're doing right now is purchasing kind of the very last requests from the teachers off of the money that we've received for the supply drive, and we're able to kind of meet all of their needs. So thank you everybody for that. In addition to that, we also have a lunch program that we run, a once a month lunch program that we run for the teachers. And our November lunch was just today. I actually don't have pictures from that. Otherwise, I would show you the pictures. But from what I know, the lunch was sponsored from, I forget the name. Oh my gosh, it just like flew out of my mind.
Photos are on Facebook, Gauri. Miss Matthew.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Mala. So the photos on Facebook.
Alexandra's here.
Alex,
Our
are
local
you
food.
here? Do you want to talk about it?
It's from the local food, Miss Matthew is saying. Yeah.
Gotcha. Local foods. And so, yes, so local foods, this is one of our favorites. The teachers have requested local foods for the last multiple months. And so we're super excited that we were able to bring them another super exciting lunch, something that they like. You know, it's a quick little boost for the holidays. And so that's our November lunch. There is a January and a February lunch coming up as well. In addition to that, we also celebrated Veterans Day this year, which we haven't done in the past. So thank you to actually to Anna Maria, who was Anna, are you here?
I saw her, Gauri. She's here.
Yeah, yes, I am here.
Okay. So Anna, thank you. I was gonna say, please come online so I can see, everybody can see you. She did amazing. We had Anna, why don't you tell everybody what we planned for Veterans Day? It was just such a wonderful thing.
It was definitely a team effort, and you know, and ideas coming from everybody. So and you did a lot too, so it's not only me. That day it was you, me, and my son showing up, but there was a custom made cake with the American flag for Mr. Arredondo, and a bouquet of flowers in the colors of Veterans Day. And then 2 gift cards to Chipotle, like, as we know, he loves burritos. and little flags, and the idea is that, you know, we wanted to say thank you to him, and everybody who's a veteran, but we know that he is the only veteran on our staff and faculty, and the idea was for him to share the cake with all the staff and faculty at school during lunchtime. And he is also our representative, right? So this is, we really wanted to say thank you to him in a very special way.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much. So Anna she's the chair for the appreciation committee, and she has done amazing work with this committee. We've been able to put a schedule out and get so much done as appreciation for the teachers that let's admit it, we all know all of our kids are not easy to handle. And these guys, day in and day out, they put up with them, and we're just so grateful. So Veterans Day was definitely one. The next one that's coming up is in February. And so we're working hard and furious towards that. Now, that actually brings me to the fact that we need more volunteers. So if you're on this call and you're listening to me, and you're hearing me talk about all these wonderful things that we've done for the teachers, the lunches, the supply drive, the Veterans Day celebration, there is more to be done, and we need more moms to help and more dads to help. So please, if you feel like you have 15 minutes in your day, you have an hour a week to spare, message me, go online. There are many committee positions still open, and we would love to have you involved and helping in any of these committees. Okay, in addition to that, I'm going to say Miss Mommy has been doing magnet tours. So Carnegie is a really popular school. You guys know this. Everybody that applied to Carnegie got in through the lottery system. You remember the anxiety you felt about how you wanted to get in and how difficult it was and why it was such a wonderful school, and you had to have your child get there. So if you remember that, you know all of the parents out there in HISD that are also trying to decide which high school they're going to, and there is approximately 150 parents that show up at every magnet tour event. These tours happen from the middle of November all the way through February, and it's every Thursday. So Miss Mommy has been hosting these every Thursday, and she definitely needs help. 150 parents showing up every other week is not an easy thing to manage. And so the PTO certainly does their part, but we need additional parents to show up and to help manage the crowd. We need parents to show up and talk about why you are enjoying Carnegie as the school of choice. So if that's something you wish to do, go to the Vanguardian website, click on volunteer, and you will be able to see a space where you can volunteer for the Thursday magnet tours. Put in your name on the day that makes sense for you, show up and help Miss Mommy. If you don't have your name up there and you decide that that Thursday is good for you, just show up. She will not hold you to the fact that you didn't put your name out there, but she needs the help. So definitely plan on showing up. You don't need a script. You don't need to know anything. It's enough that you're a parent of the student that goes to Carnegie. Okay, so that's my little plug for Miss Mommy. In addition to that, I also want to talk for just a quick second about college readiness. So can everybody that's attended the college readiness sessions, can you put in chat that you've attended, if you attended them, and if you enjoyed them or you had other suggestions? Definitely put those in chat. We will take that back. The college readiness team is led by Danielle. Danielle, are you here? Okay, I don't see her.
I heard her. I have her at the end of the agenda, so she may not be ready.
She may not be ready yet. Okay, so I will give
In
her
her
a
defense.
quick. Okay, no worries, no worries. I will give her a quick plug, and then I will let her talk a little bit more at the end. The College Readiness Group has been putting together a series of calls, and we've attempted to bring to you in 1-hour sessions information about how to get you and your child ready for college. So I say specifically you because as a parent, I have a senior, I have a freshman, and as a parent of a senior, I know that I had to get ready in this process as well. And so it's not just for the kids to go through the college readiness information, it's also for the parents. So I would encourage you, if you have not attended a session yet, please attend. Please go to the website, the Vanguard or the cvhspto.org website, where you will find under parent resources, we have a college readiness, a college corner, and you will find all of our prior Zoom sessions, as well as information about upcoming Zoom sessions. So these are all Zoom calls. They're informational, and they help you understand how to get yourself ready, how to get your family ready, how to get your child ready. They help you understand how to get financial aid, how to get ready in the sense of which classes to pick, how do you fill out applications, how do you fill out the financial aid applications, how do you search for those, how do you get internships. There's just a ton of information that you need as a parent, and we're all trying to help each other. So we've put a ton of information out there, and we continue to host these calls, and the calls are more productive when more parents attend. So I would encourage you all to attend and to be part of the series. If you have additional suggestions on the series that you haven't seen yet, interesting ideas, something that you feel like you need, certainly put that in an email to me, and I will respond to that as well. I also want to second what Maria said. She called out that there's a group called Akala that had helped us and had sponsored our series last week, and will also be a speaker at our series the next week. So they're sponsoring 2 of our calls, and they do some nonprofit work, and they also have a for-profit arm. So the for-profit arm does consulting, college consulting, and the nonprofit arm does these calls. And so they've managed a couple of calls for us. They've sponsored these 2 calls, but they also have a for-profit arm, which they've offered a 25% discount. Now, this is a pretty large, 25% it's a pretty nice size chunk of money. So if you guys are looking into a coach for your kids, that's something you want to look into. We were pretty impressed with the speaker that came last week, and he spoke at length about how to get your child ready from middle school. Now, none of our kids are in middle school right now, but for the kids that are freshmen, this was a really, really good session on the types of classes to pick. How do you get them to do the right community service? So really interesting call. If you didn't get to attend, definitely take a look at it and watch the Zoom call, the recording, and that should help you out. In addition to that, I want to say that we also have a mental health session coming up in a couple of weeks, so super excited about that. Keep an eye out for your email. If my emails to you are going to spam, please approve me to your main session, because we have a lot of interesting stuff coming your way, and I will be sending those emails out. So definitely watch for that. And that's it. That's all I have. Thank you so much, Maria, for the time. I will pass it back to you.
Thank you. Thank you. our next speaker is going to be our treasurer-elect. Bogar is going to present on the budget updates and a few other items.
All right. Good evening, everyone. So I want you to know that there is the 2 links with the budget versus actual. And these are as current as of our last executive board meeting, which was November 14th. And so we have also the statement of activity, which is easier to maneuver for you guys. If you have any questions, that includes what our revenue is and what our expenses are. And as of November 14, 2023, we had a total revenue of, that's actually our budget. And this is actually, that's fine, Maria.
Don't rain on my parade, something opened.
No, thank you for doing that, because I actually did want to bring up the point that you brought up, which was that it's the hypothetical versus the actual, more like that. Our budget is what the board has approved and what we wishfully think that we're gonna acquire for the year, which, you know, our budget is of about 77,000, and then our total expenses varies, of course. If you want to look into the more detail, look at the budget versus the actual. The actual is what's currently going on, which you can actually see on the statement of activities. Okay, which will have, like I said, our total revenue as of right now, as of November 14th, was $35,289.59, and our total expenses is $16,807.29, leaving us with a net revenue of, as of right now, of $18,482.30. A couple of things that I wanted to address, which have been addressed in the friends and family. As of November 14th, we had received $32,095.77, and we were actually have budgeted 60,000. So that's a little bit over 53% at that time. I believe that number has actually been higher, and we will update it as we go. Another thing on the PTO fall supply drive, we actually collected about $1,000, and we didn't really budget for that, so that's extra. I don't want to say extra money, because there's no such thing as extra money, because everything that we budget for is we hope to acquire and to spend. Okay, so if you have any questions regarding any of the budget, please email us, as we mentioned at our last general meeting, either Vivati or myself. So like I said, and I believe that we're doing a breakaway also after the meeting, right, Maria?
That is the plan, although
So
we're a little later than anticipated.
I'll be here if anybody has any questions. Two of the things that we talked about in the that I wanted to talk about as well was, in our executive board meeting, we approved $550 for the thespian club. They were going to a competition where they usually get a lot of scholarships, and they had planned their budgeted, but unfortunately prices have gone up as everything's going up, and so they were short $1,100, and the PTO board approved expenditure of $550. Also, we talked about the Christmas tree. We also had a volleyball team. They did a fundraiser, and they have restricted funds, which were $7,700 that we will have in our budget, but it's strictly utilized for the volleyball team. So those are restricted funds that are not into our general fund. And I believe that's it. So if you, like I said, if you have any questions, I'll be here after the meeting's over for that breakaway.
Thank you. I've found the agenda, but I've lost the little chat. So if someone has questions in the chat, someone flag me. Okay. All right, Susan, thank you for being patient, because I know I think you have something after this. Susan, also multi-hat wearer, is our past president, but she's also our FACE representative, which I think actually keeps her more busy, has a few items.
It really does. Now, I can't see myself, so maybe you're actually looking at the wall of my kitchen. I can't really tell. What I do as past president is simply say, well, here's what we did in the past. And sometimes that's relevant, and sometimes it's just kind of interesting information. I do have a couple things to report from FACE, which is the Family and Community Engagement Group, and they are a district office. On November 14th, we hosted a tour of the school, and they did it a little differently this year. So if you were there, you know that everybody didn't get to tour the entire school. We were sent out in groups. But the purpose of that was to look around the school and offer suggestions. We all think Carnegie's great, right? But the purpose was to offer what can Carnegie improve, or what is a project that we can work on. So the faculty staff project was the Canva tutorial that Maria introduced earlier. Mr. Seha, Ms. Matsu, Mr. Garner all worked on that. Because that was something that parents brought up that they didn't understand, and now it is posted on the PTO and I believe on the school website for everybody to be able to walk through. The other is we called it the water project. Several years ago, the PTO paid for irrigation, that's the word I'm looking for, irrigation up to the Sky Prairie or the outdoor gardens. And now there's been some kind of problem for the last couple of years with our hookup to city water, and the city says it's our problem and the school says it's their problem. And so my project is to find out from Mr. Moss and Ms. Wilson, our school's business manager, if there is anything that parents can help do to break that deadlock. Maybe there won't be, but I'll try to find out, so stay tuned. Maybe I'll have some news for you in January. And then the last bit is that on Monday, we'd hoped to share this with parents so that you could listen in too, but the Crime Stoppers, which is the group that actually did it, they did not get the link for the presentation to Mr. Moss until Monday morning. So, oh well, but FACE and Crime Stoppers offered an anti-vaping presentation to the kids on Monday. So hopefully that will help somebody's decision to stay in good health. And that was something that came to our school through FACE. That is what I have, and thank you very much for allowing me to make those couple of announcements. I think that's everything. Thank you all for being here.
And for people who don't know what FACE is, other than the actual, what the letters mean, that flag that we had that says that we're a gold or platinum or silver, if you have kids from other schools. Do you want to briefly tell them what the point is?
Absolutely. They are the district office whose job is to support parent organizations at schools. We are, quite frankly, Carnegie's PTO is one of their star organizations. They ask us for help more often than we need to ask them for anything. But they are the people who come up with the criteria for that banner. And we've gone up from silver to gold. And that is not so much, I don't think that's a reflection of our PTO as much as it is a reflection of we've been at this and they're adding levels, and as they add levels, we go up those levels. So we have a lot to be proud of here, and they really do look to us for ideas and invite some of us to speak at their events from time to time. So I want you all to know that they think very highly of Carnegie. And Carnegie parents.
And Susan. And Susan does a great job. She keeps us looking good. Thank you. Okay. So, Mr. Arredondo, do you have any updates for us?
And I'm not certain if Mr. Arredondo is with us tonight.
Okay. Then I've got state of the school listed next, but I put committee updates at the end because we were going to break out into committees last. So Ms. Williams, I have not forgotten about you. You are on the agenda. Say the best for last. Principal Moss.
Good evening, everybody, and thank you for joining us. You all may recall I talked about Snapshot, which is usually the last Friday in October. Excuse me. And so the district looks at our projected enrollment that schools make the previous spring and the actual enrollment for the end of October. And we were shy just one student of our projection of 825. So I suspect that we will not receive any additional funding, but we are certainly in good standing. So we kind of hit the nail on the head when it comes to our enrollment. So sometime in December or possibly January, there will be a reconciliation with any funding. But again, I don't expect that we will receive any new funding, nor will the district take any funding from us. Knock on wood. So I will have a report regarding the budget once I have this budget meeting with the district. It looks like, once again, we are Title I. We fall into a special category that's called targeted assisted, because we have approximately 35% of our population that falls within a certain socioeconomic status or range. So we will receive federal funding for being Title I targeted assisted. Attendance is something that we continue to monitor every day. And especially when it comes to the state's requirements that students are in good standing attendance-wise, 90% or more is the expectation based on the state. I know that some warning letters have been distributed to some students who are at risk of falling below 90%. And unfortunately, we do have some that have gone beyond that threshold. So there is action that some will need to take if they do fall below the 90% by the end of the semester. So after this week, we have 2 more weeks, 2 more full weeks of academic instruction. And then that will lead to 4 days of final exams. This year is very different for final exams. You may have heard that very surprisingly, and that's probably the best word I should use, surprisingly, we will not have early dismissal. Don't quite understand it, but so anyway, we've come up with a schedule that we've posted on the website, which requires students to stay the whole day until 4:10 p.m. Also, the district is monitoring tardies. And my phone just died, or at least my notes died. Just one second. So anyway, regarding tardies, the district is monitoring attendance and tardies. So please make sure that your students do arrive on campus prior to, or certainly by 8:30 a.m. every day. One change for the spring semester is we will continue to have middle of the year and end of the year assessments. But instead of the NWEA or MAP test, we were slated to take, the district has decided we will take release STAR test. And I believe this is so that students become more and more familiar with the expectations for STAR for English 1, English 2, Algebra 1, and I believe biology. So far, I don't think US history is a part of the middle of the year and the end of the year assessments. But of course, for the actual STAR tests, which begin in April and continue in May, it will include English 1, English 2, Algebra 1, biology, and US history. We talked a little bit about FACE, family and community engagement. A shoot off from FACE is POSSIP, POSSIP, and we do have a survey that's upcoming next week. So if you receive something that includes the word POSSIP, that is HISD's survey for parents to articulate what is going well in the school. If parents perceive that there are needs for interventions or any way that we can make improvements, we certainly do appreciate everyone's feedback on that. Initially, schools or principals or administrators were told we would not have to submit a school improvement plan. Instead, we submitted an action plan to the district. But later on, within the last couple of weeks, we found out, yes, we were still responsible for submitting a school improvement plan. And every school received a 32-item questionnaire that we had to answer with full details, so on and so forth. That ties into, we do have to have approval of 2/3 of our faculty, as well as approval from our shared decision-making committee. The shared decision-making committee, or SDMC, was scheduled to meet in November, but since we did not have that school improvement plan ready, we did not meet. But hopefully when we receive feedback from the district, I'll have that available to present both to the SDMC as well as the faculty, if not in December, then in January. And one last item that ties back to something Ms. Hawes mentioned. Just today, I received an email regarding the irrigation system. And there's a company by the name of Yellowstone that did visit campus, and they have started making repairs. One of the personnel members from HISD says that it should be operational on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday evenings. And we're hoping that as of Monday next week, we can come back and say, yes, it actually is functional. I know that first impressions are lasting impressions. And unfortunately, the exterior of our campus and the green roof, those areas look pretty miserable. But hopefully our irrigation will be up and running, and especially ready for some kind of spring enhancements and improvements to our campus.
That's great news.
Thumbs up.
Yay.
Absolutely. And again, if there's anyone who particularly enjoys that sort of thing, anything to do with working with contractors, or has any kind of expertise in their professional life or in their personal life, who would like to head up a committee where, you know, because we have some funds set aside specifically for that, but it would require a lot of patience working with the bureaucracy that is now, well, it's always been, but now more so, the school district. We do hope and pray that one day we will be able to fulfill the promises that we have made for some of the campus improvements. But that's something that we need somebody kind of dedicated to be able to do that. Please let us know.
Just another item of interest in regards to the irrigation system. Our plant operator, Mr. Jones, was able to pull work order notifications regarding irrigation dating all the way back to 2018. So this is 5 years in the making, and so we're delighted, as well as, well, I probably shouldn't say disappointed, but you catch my drift. But finally, it's to fruition.
Pre-COVID. Did you have
Oh,
anything else?
I just see something in the chat. What are the reasons given by the district for eliminating early dismissal during midterms? That is a fantastic question. And unfortunately, I have no answer. I wish I knew. As a matter of fact, my understanding is that our federal and state compliance department in HISD built in time for high schools on a daily basis to ensure that we had enough minutes of instruction during each semester to account for early dismissal. So now that we no longer have early dismissal, I'm kind of curious if they're going to shorten our day by 5-10 minutes, whatever amount of time we put into our daily schedule. So,
Oh, can they donate it to the kids that are always late? I'm asking for a friend.
That's a great idea.
Okay. All right. So were you done, sir?
I'm done. Thank you.
Okay. Didn't mind. Okay. Committee updates. So we had 3 committee updates that were placed on the agenda purposely, like ahead of time. But I believe we got our faculty and staff appreciation update from Anna Maria. Unless, Anna Maria, did you have anything else?
Maria, that's Gauri. She pretty much covered everything, right? With the drive, what's gonna happen? We just need to buy whatever is left on teachers list, and then we're gonna distribute it as soon as possible.
Okay.
And that's pretty much for December.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you. And for the next newsletter, everyone will see more pictures. I kind of flashed some up there while Gauri was talking, but that's where you'll get more details, more updates. Danielle, did you have anything else for college readiness? I know Gauri kind of went into some detail, and I preempted you too. You really stole your thunder. I'm sorry.
I don't see her on the list. Yeah.
Okay. Then, like I said, last but not least, best for last. So we've got our wraparound duo. Jennifer Claridge is our parent, our chair. And then Ms. Williams is the wraparound specialist for the school. And there, sorry, I'm like looking, I look like I'm having a seizure, I'm sorry. Ms. Williams has some things to present for the school as well. So I don't know if y'all are tag teaming or not, but go ahead, take it. I'm gonna sit and be quiet.
I'm a newbie. I'm gonna go ahead and let Jennifer go first. If whatever you want to say, she's a star. You're muted.
You're on mute.
Okay, here we go. Can you hear me now? Anyway, I wanted to thank everybody who donated to the Thanksgiving baskets. They turned out amazing. And Miss Williams there, who got 150 fresh vegetarian meals, donated at the last minute. I have been quoting her over and over again because she was absolutely right. She said, this year is going to be different, but it's going to be good. And not only was that true of these baskets, but I find myself using that in daily life now. That's my new favorite phrase. But anyway, everybody, each family got an amazing full, I don't even want to call it a basket, but a gift for Thanksgiving that was not only a Thanksgiving meal, but some extra food to get them through the week. And if you think about it, there aren't the breakfast and lunches that they could get at Carnegie. You had to kind of provide your own food for the family, so that there's enough food that it can help get them through that week. And I really want to thank all of our families who donated, because it was tremendous. And in fact, we have quite a bit left over. So we met last night and discussed sort of what we want to do. We don't want to create dinner fatigue, and we do appreciate all that was given to us. And since we have enough left over, we're going to do another Sign Up Genius, but only for the dry goods. We have enough like cash and gift cards and things like that to create the next set of baskets for the winter break. And also, I'd like to thank Costco, who called me over. I honestly did not think we were going to get anything. We applied in, I want to say, September-ish, and I didn't hear anything back. And I thought, well, okay, we're not getting anything. One year we got $35, and since I've been doing this, that was all we've ever received. Friday after Thanksgiving, I got a call, and she said, hi, I'd like to write you a check for $400. Can you come in? And she did. So I'd really like to thank Costco for that donation. Also, HEB had given us $200 toward the Thanksgiving baskets as well. So between that and our families, it's just been, and the donation that Miss Williams got, it's been amazing. So we are going to do one more Sign Up Genius just for the dry goods. We're finalizing that menu, so to speak. And Maria, could you tell me who I think we're going to try and put it out beyond email into the social media sphere. If you just tell me who to contact or how to do that.
I'm so glad you asked. So, earlier I was showing the website, and this is good for any other committee chairs or anybody else who's on here. If you go to our website and let's see how quickly I can do this. Okay, so if you go to our website and go to the same page with the forms, there's a social media and communication form here. You click on that. Right here, if you've got text that you need to put in, like a message, like please, whatever the text is for your message. But basically, if it's on Facebook, the words that you would want on your message, or if it's a newsletter, the words that you would want there. Then if you've got a picture or a graphic or whatever you need to upload, you just upload it here. If you've got links, you drop them in here. If you're really cool and you have hashtags, you drop them in here. And this is where you click where you want things to go. Please don't click everything. Like, be thoughtful, because we do try to respect people's requests. But if you click everything, like school HICD callouts, you're literally asking Principal Moss to pick up a phone and make a recording and call everyone. So don't just click things thoughtlessly. And I'm not telling you, Jennifer, I'm saying this to everyone. But things like social media or whatnot, wherever you want things to go, when you want it to go out, who you are, and then if there's like something you want to specifically tell the people, that's where you go. And then this is just like a little media release, like little legal ease. And that's it. And if you're a student, if you're
Yeah.
under 18, they really would technically like somebody who is older than 18 to, you know, sign off on that. So that would be like the sponsor, really, if you're doing that, because, you know, my husband's an attorney. Anyways, so that's it. But it's really easy. So if you already made a graphic and that's all you want sent out, you just pop that in and give us your information.
Maria,
Okay. Ms. Williams, by internet tomorrow, Monday, I will definitely call you. We'll kind of figure out the logistics and the deadlines and whatnot of donations and creating these baskets for the holidays. And just a quick, not necessarily this position, but just a note, in case any of you are also senior parents. I had been somewhat concerned just because I've been doing this for while my daughter was in school, but she's a senior this year. So next year, somebody else is going to have to take this. We've had other parents who joined this committee, so that's very nice. And they're on my little WhatsApp app group, and they've been hearing at least what we've been doing. But also shout out to all of you who applied and got this great Microsoft grant, and you have all this stuff going on. It's amazing. I have been filling it, my email, or the wraparound email, with just how to do things. Here are all the documents, here are the applications, here, whatever, so that whoever gets this email address next year, it's all there. So if any of you are either senior parents or you think you might move on to another position, and maybe, you know, they don't need to call you every 5 minutes looking for things because you did it last year, I would just encourage you to leave something for somebody else to follow. So that's it, Ms. Williams. That's, I'm gonna take it.
I'll take it. Thank you so much. No, you guys have been doing an amazing job. I'm gonna be respectful of your time, so I'm gonna talk try to talk fast. Yes, I wanted to say thank you again for all the donations, and I also wanted to read a little snippet from one of the families that we did get a donation. We gave a donation to. This family says, "I just want to take the time to properly thank everyone at Carnegie Vanguard High School and the wraparound services for being so generous to our family during these difficult times. It means so much to me and our family that there are still so many kind and thoughtful individuals who selflessly try all they can to do and make the holidays such a wonderful experience for so many families in need. I am absolutely grateful to everyone that has a hand in making our family holiday experience delightful and a joyous occasion. Thank you." So yeah, I really hope that you guys are feeling the love, because they are. So thank you so much. I also wanted to give you guys an update. I know the last time we talked, we were talking about mental health. And so I will tell you that now I am the sponsor for the Student Wellness Club, and we're focusing on having an upcoming mental health initiative in January. January is National Mental Health Month, and so we'll be working on doing something for that. And also, oh yes, okay, there's a couple of things I wanted from you. Jennifer mentioned this yesterday, that a wraparound is more than just baskets. It's full of student needs. It's providing students and their families with what they need. So I have a needs assessment that I would love for you guys to fill out, if you could, so that I can maybe help your families or other families. We all need something. And so if you were able to fill out this, that would be so helpful. And let's see, I hope that, I don't know, let's see, I'm gonna do that. And I think that's it. I'm gonna stop it there. You guys are amazing. And thank you so much for all you do. I think that's it for me.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Is the needs assessment on your link tree?
Not yet. No, it's not, but it will be, yes.
Ms. Williams' link tree is on that page that I showed earlier on our website. The mental health resources, however we ended up wording it. Anyways, we don't have a ton of pages, thanks to our webmaster. She loves simplicity. I love chaos. She wins most of the time, so it works. Okay, so I think that's it. So listed on the agenda are all of our committees, the committee chairs that at one point volunteered or were voluntold. I'm not sure. I'm not going to get involved. But if you see your name and you have no idea why it's there, I don't know, let's talk after the meeting. But those are the emails. Jennifer plugged for our Microsoft nonprofit grant, which has allowed us to make all of the emails, which allows everything to be stored and everything, you know. So hopefully things will eventually work seamlessly. That's the idea. The meeting ran way later than expected, so we're not going to do the big breakout session like we had planned. But this is what I would like to propose. I'm going to make time during the day. I can do Monday through Friday lunch, like 12 to 1, and also at the end of the day, like 5 p.m., 5 to 6. If people just let me know. So anybody who is a committee chair and wants to get together online, I work in Sugar Land, so unless you want to just come to Sugar Land, but if you just like basically make an appointment, let me know. We can do over Zoom or over Microsoft Teams, get together and we can talk about kind of what is your toolbox as a committee chair. You've got a bunch of things that you can utilize to get your committee together, so that you can, we can discuss your budget. We can discuss what kind of software, what you basically have at your disposal. If your committee has never met or it has only met once or twice, and if you're not clear on what needs to be done, particularly if you are a committee that has a lot of stuff that needs to be get going for the spring. A lot of the senior committees, in particular, senior scholarships, senior awards. Luckily, we have some people coming back. Elon, I know you're jumping up and down in your chair wherever you are. So those people I'm not worried about. But so email me, president@cvhspto.org, and let's get together so that we get these things going. And we'll do committee breakouts some other time. Does anyone else have any questions? Anybody else need to talk about anything? Did it stop raining? We have school tomorrow? Yeah, that's what Moss says. Yes, okay. Okay, all right.
Thank you, Maria.
Thank you so
For
much.
taking on
Bye,
all of
everyone.
the positions. Wearing so many hats.
Y'all have a
Thanks,
good night.
everyone. Thank you so much.
Thank you, everybody.
Take care,
Bye.
guys. Be careful out there.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good night.
Good night.